Hello and welcome to South Boston, Virginia. It's time for the Nascarnumbersite.org 400 here from South Boston, Virginia. And on the front row, it's this peculiar one. On the pole is Will Lewis, and starting alongside will be the 07 of Sam Young. Row 2 sees Charles Jackson and Alex Perkle. Row 3, Brian Patterson, Matt Dixon. Alex Hawkins will start alongside Preston Plord in row number 4, with Troy King alongside Daniel Day in row 5. Here's the rest of your starting grid. Dylan Young comes in as the points leader, but he'll start shotgun on the field. 42nd today. He has a 20-point lead over Amy Shelley, who starts in row 20. 31 points back to Steve Pollard. He also is starting towards the back. 49 points goes back to Sky Commons. 5th in points is Tom Shelley, 80 points back. And then you have Chris Washer, 6th in points, also able to leave here as the points leader. The only other guy, he is 142 points back. Rest of the top 10 today looks like this. Mason Neal, Preston Plord, Momo Akari, and Ashley LaPlante. 13th in points, Charles Sanford, DNQ'd, so we will not see him in the field today. Definitely a tough break for the S3 Motorsports group. Onboard cameras that we will carry today will be as follows. You have Dylan Young, who will be carrying the Chevy onboard camera. Amy Shelley will be carrying the Dodge onboard camera as we're getting ready to get the command. Steve Pollard will be carrying an onboard camera.
Drivers, start your engines!
He'll be carrying the Apex onboard camera. The number 10 will be carrying the Stanley onboard camera. Tom Shelley will be carrying the Wells Fargo onboard camera. Chris Washer will be carrying the Kellogg's onboard camera in the 5. Other onboard cameras, you look at also Mason Neal and Henry Powers will be carrying the Ford onboard camera. But with that, whoa. Apparently that's going to be ruled a legal start. Okay. Not quite sure what happened there with Sam Young, but it's legal apparently. Will Lewis does not lead lap 1. He didn't even lead to the stripe. But the wrecking is ensuing. Alex Perkle's on the wall. No caution. We stay green. Oh, that's going to bring out caution. Kyle Matthews. Actually, I don't know. They're trying to wreck. Oh, there goes Henry Powers. That does bring out the caution. As there's Sam Young. Okay. They are going to black flag the 07 for the start. And that's a tough break. Stop and go penalty is going to put the 42 or the 07 one lap down. But Will Lewis is the leader. As Jonathan Zorline also on pit lane. Looks like damage to the 44. And let's take a look back at all the incidents that happened. Jonathan Zorline has retired. Oh, a tough break. And we're back. This is where we're going to start. This was after the Alex Perkle wreck. This is pretty much where all the insane action started. Kyle Matthews, I don't know how he saved that car. That was incredible. But you look at this, they're like 4 wide, now 5 wide up there. Mason Neal, he's going to get clipped up into the 78. They go up onto the roof. Henry Powers is actually going to be the one who spins to bring out the caution. Because there's the caution flag flying there. Yeah, I'm going to assume that it's the 90. But what happens to the 44? Comes back running 9th. Gets turned into the wall by the 21 of Tristan Wilhoit. And the damage to the 44 are going to be enough to send him to the garage area. Tough break for the 44. Made a race finally, was starting upside the... was actually running inside the top 10. Started just outside of it, actually started inside row 8. And Jonathan Zorlin going to see a quick end to his night. Let's go back to the green flag. We actually got back just in time for the restart. Here we go. Ash Curtis is also 1 lap down. But Will Lewis leads us over Brennan Patterson and Levi McIntyre. 3 Roush cars in the top 3 spots. Troy King 4th, Dylan Thoreau in 5th. Sam Young going to try and earn his lap back the hard way, and that's pretty much the only thing he can do. John Zorlin, the only retirement from the race. Here comes Troy King. He's into 2nd, though. Levi McIntyre going for 3rd on Patterson. Here comes Jackson. There's a spin over in 3. We'll have to see if the caution flag is out. Yes, it is. And Will Lewis hangs on. Sam Young, though, back on the lead lap. There was another wreck over here. Preston Plord, 8th in the points. Not a good day for the hefty Chevrolet. There was another spin elsewhere on the track. Zach Kreller's on pit road. We'll have to take a look at that. But it looks like Plord's day is done. But Sam Young now is going to have a shot at rescuing his day. Gene Sanford is coming off pit lane as well. We'll have to look at that. But with that, let's go ahead and go back and take a look at what happened. So I found this. Battle for about the 17th position goes a little bit wrong here for Tom Shelley and Eric and Rage. Stephen Paul III also getting a piece of that. That does not bring out the caution, but I have a feeling I know what might have from this. We're going to keep an eye on the 45 because watch down here, and apparently it was something just with a pit penalty or something with the 55 because they just Sanford pitted on the restart. Tough break for her. And I don't know if he was trying to pit or not, but Tom Shelley hits the pit wall, and then you see the red flag come out. Now, oh my word, there was this. Well, that's our camera guy got a really good shot of this one. Momo Akari gets turned by Preston Plord off turn number 2. Seth Cole there, he gets into the 04. Akari makes sure to take Plord with her, but Seth Cole takes a lick, so does Eric Powers. Zach Kreller also ends up sliding in just off screen on this and gets some damage. Ish Taylor also gets some damage, and there's Kyle Matthews ramming into the 20 as well. So, a lot of stuff happening there in this little green flag run. Dylan Young gets through it. No time for the onboards here at this track because the cautions are so short. Let's get back to the green flag. We are already back, and I don't know how many laps we've missed. Will Lewis is your leader. Mary Shelley has also retired from the race. Momo Akari, Steve Pollard's out. Tom Shelley, Zach Kreller. A lot of drivers out of the race, and we actually have a new leader. It is Charles Jackson. Okay, so learning my lesson here. We're going to pause during the caution. It says, oh my gosh, Troy King, that's a big wreck. Big wreck. Jim Casella's in it. Stephen Paul III. Sky Commons involved. Theo Stegall in the 15 is in it. Man, that is a lot of damage to the Hall of Fame Racing DLP Chevrolet. Chris Washington. Oh, Matt Dixon. Okay, quickly we're going to take a look back at this because there's a lot of guys pitting. Charles Jackson is your leader. Well, we saw this one live. Troy King and Sky Commons going to have to share some words after this. Because, well, Troy King actually gets into the 6 and then just, as he's sliding, comes right down into the 10. 96 gets hit. Nowhere he could have gone. Tristan Wilhoit involved as well. There's Stephen Paul III. Ashley LaPlante. Daniel Day involved. Mason Neal. Alex Perkle's involved. Eric and Rage gets more damage. Theo Stegall gets stacked up in this. So does Chris Washer. Amy Shelley gets by miraculously enough, or miraculously. Just a chaotic race. If you're not liking this, I swear next year will probably be better at this track. Either way, let's go back to restart. Charles Jackson is the leader. And we are back. The war of attrition is real here in South Boston. Kyle Matthews is now out. So too is Skycom and CS DeGaulle, DJ Curtis, Troy Kang, Jim Casella, and Mason Neal. I looked back at it. Mary Shelley was actually involved in the incident with Preston Plord. I did not catch that. I'm sorry. But that is why Mary Shelley fell out of the NASCARnumbersite.org 400. We are back to racing with just 3 laps to go. Can we stay green the rest of the way? Does anyone have anything for Charles Jackson? Kyle Collins makes a move inside of Will Lewis. 2 to go. Caution, and that's going to be a green-white checkered. Alex Perkle involved. And so how many guys are we looking at for a green-white checkered? About 23 if Jeff James can stay on the lead lap. So with that, we'll take a commercial break and we'll be back with the green-white checkered. And we are set to go for the green-white checkered here. Let's see what happens. Looks like the outside shouldn't have too bad of a jump this time. And it looks like Charles Jackson gets away a little bit better than they did on the original start. Let's see how this goes. 2 laps, no cautions. Whoever gets back in 2 laps is your victor. And the battle right now is for second as Charles Jackson takes the white flag. Here comes Dylan Thoreau. Gonna run out of time. And for the second time this season, Charles Jackson goes to victory lane. He wins the NASCARnumbersite.org 400. That should put him in the chase. Great runs today by a lot of the people. There was apparently a wreck somewhere. But Charles Jackson could care less. He is the winner here today. Looks like maybe Jeff James. I don't know. He was a little bit back there. I think he actually brought the same paint scheme out too. So quite impressive. Charles Jackson, a 2-time winner this season, joins the likes of Stephen Paul III as the only other guy to win multiple races this season. Top 10 behind him, Dylan Thoreau, Will Lewis goes from pole to 3rd. Ben Neuwirth, Henry Powers, Levi McIntyre, Kyle Collins, Max Neuwirth with a top 10. Great job for them. That might be their first of the year. Patterson and Taylor, the top 10. Dylan Young starts 42nd, drives it up to 12th. Granted, he had a green-white checker to help in there, but still a great day for the 8 car. With that, I'd like to say thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already. Next week, we're going international racing. It's Twin Ring Motegi. Going to Japan, boys, and we'll see you there.